Hello my dear student, uh, today I am going to talk about classes of angiographic procedure of head and neck. As all of you know, I think you all got a posting in cath lab, which is digital subtract and angiography equipment is used, where most of the angiography which is available nowadays uses with the computer to subtract the image without mask from the each subsequent images. In the type of DSA, these are the basic, the first method which was there, that's definitely used as a basic view in most of the angiographic equipment, where it will show only specified blood vessels. So in 4 vessel angiography or neck or head angiography, we also call 4 vessels angio. 4 vessel means we are going to see in that right and left carotid artery, right and left vertebral artery. So that's what is called a 4 vessel angio. So in a right and left carotid artery, again it will divides into anterior and middle portion, where in vertebral artery it will give posterior portion of the brain. It will give a blood supply to posterior portion. You can see in the image here, this is the heart, this is the aorta, ascending aorta, and this is the descending aorta here. Here you can see this is the right common carotid artery, and this is the left common carotid artery. This is the left vertebral artery, this is the right vertebral artery. Okay, so we'll go with the carotid artery. As I already told, carotid artery has a right and left common carotid arteries, which is again it will divide internal and external. In the sense, now you can see here, when this vessels goes here, again it will divide in here. You can see here it will divide. This is the internal carotid artery, this is external carotid artery. It will give, external means face, all those part. Anyway, internal means it is going to give a blood supply to the portion of the brain, nasal cavity, orbit and forehead. Where in external carotid artery it will give a blood supply to the anterior portion of the neck, face, scalp region and temporal region. You can see this is the how different part. When the arch of aorta here, there are 3 virgin arteries will be there in the arch of aorta. Brachiocephalic in the right side, in the left side, which is common carotid, which is originating from the aorta itself direct, where left subclavian will be, and when the left subclavian, it will give a blood supply to the left arm. So in that vessel there will be a left vertebral artery will origin. It will go through the foramen of the cervical vertebra. So that's why only cervical vertebra has a foramen, no other any other than the sacrum. Sacrum also has a foramen. Foramen means which is a hole allowing blood or nerve system to pass through it. So here in the brachiocephalic artery, again here it will divide with the carotid, and this is the vertebral artery. This is the right carotid, common carotid, and this is the vertebral artery. So when it goes up, you can see here, this is the external carotid artery, this is the internal carotid artery. This internal carotid artery, it will go and give blood supply to the most of the part of the brain. And here vertebral artery, what will happen, the right and left, it will join together again. When it join together, it will become a basilarity. So where basilarity, it will give blood supply to the posterior part of the brain. So vertebral artery, right and left vertebral artery originating from the right and left subclavian artery, they extend up to the neck through the transverse foramina, which is in the cervical spine, supply posterior portion of the brain. Again it will join together, it will become as a basilar artery. Okay, that is in the anatomy of the blood vessels. You can see here how this artery, right and left vertebral artery, pass through the vertebra. So what is the indication for the head and neck angiography? Occlusive disease, atherosclerosis, thrombosis, emboli, aneurysm, AVM, arteriovenous malformation, or fistula. These are the common indication for the head and neck angio. So what are the equipment is required? I already know that you got a posting in the cath lab. There will be a C arm. This is a C shaped arm will be there. So this is the X-ray tube. Here is the image intensifier will be there. This is a different monitor, display monitor, where if it is one image is showing last image it will show here, the other live will be here to compare the last and previous any study or any other CT, MRI also can be seen at the same time. Lid shield, this is the lid shield here. If the person is operating near to the X-ray tube is here, image intensifier, so that time they should not get exposed to the neck and the eye and all this. So this is lead glass, this is made up of lead glass. So lead shield here to avoid the exposure to the gonads for the technologist as well as the radiologist or cardiologist. So this is the foot pad. All the exposure will be done through the foot pad. You have seen this same foot pad is available in our department fluoroscopic room. What is the pre-procedure? Always you should collect the patient's history, pre-data, any scan, any ultrasound, CT, MRI. If it is then that should be collected, so that it will be useful for you to do the study and to know about their history of the patient. And allergy of any medicine, contrast should be verified before itself only. The BP, cardiac rhythm and everything should be stable. And what are the lab test is required? PT, creatine should be there. So PT, CT, BT, all these are important because you are inserting the catheter. When you insert the catheter, there will be chances of bleeding and all. So always should have the count of that.